Hi friends! Today we're going to talk about a field trip that my family and I just took to see the tide pools in Laguna Beach. We are studying oceanography for our science and nature study right now with Harbor and Sprout. If you want to see a couple of videos about that, I will link them in the description box below. It's a printable curriculum that our family is just loving this year. But we want to take several field trips this year that kind of line up with those unit studies that we're doing. So we did a dinosaur paleontology unit last month, and we are planning to take a trip to the La Brea tar pits here soon. We need to make sure that that lines up with some scheduling things. My parents like to come on field trips with us, which is amazing. And then we just went to the tide pools to have a field trip for our oceanography unit. That I am 40 years old. I have never been tide pooling, you guys, and it was amazing. So I can't wait for you guys to see what we did on our tide pool adventures. So we went to Crystal Cove, which is in the Laguna Beach area. If you're in Southern California and you go to this tide pool, which I recommend, it's really great. It's Crystal Cove is a state park, I believe, but the tide pools that we saw that we liked the best were down by the little village area. So it was a little bit of a walk from where we had gone down the ramp to get down to the beach, but it was totally worth the walk there. Plus, a beach walk is always beautiful. So that was no problem. And we got to spend a lot of really fun quality time just kind of enjoying God's creation and seeing some of the things that we had studied. So I hope you guys enjoy.
Hey, there's some tide pools. You just gotta swim out there.
When we parked at the beach, they actually gave us a brochure that had all kinds of sea life that we might be able to find. And we basically did see everything that was in the easy to find categories for level 1, 2, and 3 of the tidal zones. So we saw hermit crabs, barnacles, rockweed, black turban snail, sea anemones, shore crabs, sea lettuce, mussels, rough limpets, kelp snails, chitin, I think that's how it's pronounced, a rock louse, coralline algae, gooseneck barnacles, and a sculpin fish. We didn't see the things that were difficult to find, but we were very excited about all the stuff that we did find on our tidal pool adventure. So you guys will see a lot of those things here in this video.
All right, you ready to go?
Papa, come here. How cool. We found some sea
Yeah.
I think those are limpets. Yeah, it looks like it might have been sort of a shell of a... Oh yeah, it's moving.
That's what is easiest to find. Look at that pink stuff is still sticking around, and there's a little there's another one.
Mom, look at this right here.
Yeah, look at that. I wonder if you guys see underneath this, the way that the rock, like if that's just sitting.
Yeah.
Oh my, that's awesome. But don't pick up those ones because those.
No, we don't want to touch the crabs.
Oh my goodness, they're on the roof of it. How do they do it?
I know.
Well, oof. I want to get out of that.
Whoop, there it goes.
No, you got it, sweetie, sweetie. How do they find enough to eat? That's the life, though. That's what I want. Let me just your finger on it.
So that is our tide pooling adventure. We had a wonderful day. It was basically perfect in Laguna Beach. It's October, and you might think that that's a weird time to take a beach trip, but in Southern California, it's usually so hot during the summer months that even at the beach it's hot. So it actually ended up being a perfect day. It was like 80 degrees or something like that and overcast. So it wasn't hot, it wasn't cold. The water was kind of cold, but once you got used to it, it was so nice. It was so nice. Plus, like when you go, I mean, if you're a homeschool family, you know this. When you go on field trips to things like the beach during school, then there are fewer people there. So it's a lot easier to just enjoy the space that you're in. So we had a really good time doing that, and I can see us doing it many times in the future. So I'm really excited to go back and check out more things. Thank you guys for watching our video. If you are not subscribed, we would love it if you would hit that subscribe button and click the thumbs up button. That's a free way you can support our channel and our family, and we will see you in our next video.
Wave bye.
Okay, you guys, thanks for watching to the end. Here is my story for you. I have arthritis in basically my whole back, my hips, my shoulders, my knees, like any joint that could have it basically has it. I'm 40 years old. I was diagnosed with this at age 25. So I've been living with it for a long time. I try really hard not to let it take over my life. So there's a lot of times where I am confined to my chair or my bed with heating pads and ice and all of the things. We're really good at taking care of it. So, however, in my attempts to not let it take over my life, I sometimes get a little too brave. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but the neighbor children are literally screaming right now. It sounds like they're having fun, not that they're scared. Anyway, so I have been known to do things that are possibly foolish. Like last year around this time, I was decorating for our Harry Potter school year, and I hung some floating candles up in the area above our dining room table, which is where I'm sitting right now. And I was home alone and fell off of our table that I was standing on and onto the back of one of these chairs. And I broke my ribs. So that was a whole thing. But this time it wasn't as extreme, but I was, climbing around on the rocks and the tide pools, and I had shoes on, guys. I promise you, I was trying to be careful. I had shoes on, and still misfortune befell me. And I was looking at, in a hole. I'll show some footage of it. I was looking at some crabs that were in this, the cleft of this rock, and I was filming it, and then I wanted the kids to see the crabs. This was the second little rock that I found crabs in, but anyway, I wanted the kids to see the crabs because they were kind of scuttling around inside of there, and I turned, and this rock was way more slippery than any of the other ones I had been standing on, and just whoosh. It was the last time I had fallen off the table. It was slow, whoa. It was slow motion, and I didn't know what was happening. I was what? I feel like I saw my life flash before my eyes. This time it was totally different. It was so fast, and all I could think, because my arm went in underneath the rock that I was looking at. So I fell and hit my hip on the ground, and then I hit my arm, my shoulder right here, and then my arm slid between the two rocks, and all I could think, you guys, was, what is living in there that is gonna attack my arm? I did not care that I was hurt. I just didn't want something creepy crawly on me. It was fine. I'm fine. I bruised my hand really bad, and it's been a week, and it still hurts so much, but I'm fine. My back did not get hurt, which was so crazy, because usually when I have a tumble, or if I sleep wrong, I'm older than 30, so if you sleep wrong, you have the pains. Luckily it was just my arm and my hand that took the brunt of it. But anyway, so that is my crazy story for you guys. I'm too brave. I do too many of the things. I need to just understand that I'm getting old, and then I have to stop doing all the things. But the things are cool, so I probably won't. I'm just letting you know. Anyway, thank you again for watching and putting up with my crazy. So I will see you guys next week. Have a good week, you guys.